Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the virtual esports event. How are you all doing? Welcome back for week two, round three for the British GP for one-shot qualifying. So I'll take you through for tonight and see what happens. I think Galetto won the last two races last week, so he did an amazing job after being under so much pressure in Spain last week. But in the Bahrain race, he managed to run away with it. Can anybody stop him from winning the races? Because I know he's on great form at the moment, but can he continue his momentum as he make our way into the British GP? Because last week pretty much dominated that Bahrain race, but Spain he did become under pressure. So can anybody put that pressure on him? And the slipstream effect is quite powerful around here as well, so we could see some potential DRS trades around here. Can anybody stay in that 1 second range? And we're about to go for one-shot qualify there. One-shot quality is very, very important because you only get one chance at this, so you need to hook up the lap as perfect as you can, but as careful as you can, because you only get one shot at this, hence why it's called one-shot qualified. And who am I on board with? I think it's Cliffy. Yes, it is Cliffy. So he was racing last week, but he was racing the one race at Bahrain. He wasn't taking part in Spain. He was covering for somebody else, but he's here in the second race, and currently he is P3, so it's good start so far as we make our way into Luffield. So he's currently down in P4, so that's good from him. And Tom and Nuth are exchanging positions as Mr. Pop is in first place. So as Herald has retired from the session now, I do believe last week we saw Herald have a difficult qualifying in Spain. So let's see what he could do in the race, because I know he came back from a long way back in the race. As we go on board to Magnus and Beckers with Cliffy, and Cliffy's gone wide, he's spun as well, Cliffy! And he will be starting down in last place, so that's a shame from Cliffy. He was looking to be on the second row of the grid, but he took too much curve. The car just understeered wide, and that's him done for qualifying. Then he'll be starting down in P19 alongside Herald. As it looks like TRT Tom versus Vapor, and Tom will come across the line now to set in 124.2, and Tom takes pole position ahead of Vapor Nuth, and Nipa Racing is in third place ahead of Yannick, the VER driver, so he's the highest VER driver. Got so many comments popping in. I need to turn the volume down. Let me just do that for a second. There's your results then. So Tom, pole position at the British GP ahead of Vapor Nuth, the Australian, on the second row by 40 thousandths. He missed out. Nipa Racing, the Dutchman, ahead of his Dutch compatriot Yannick in fourth place. Mr. Pop in P5 ahead of Galetto. Last week's race winner is down in P6. VR driver in P7 ahead of Vapor. Raikio in P9 ahead of Soul. Raj in P11 ahead of Symbolics. Kelvin in P13 ahead of K-Mark. Mentos in P15 ahead of Joel. Donna Ammo in P17 ahead of Aquaplaning. And we saw Cliffy and Herald get disqualified from the qualified session. So they'll be starting on the last row of the grid, and let's see what they can do from there. So we head off into the race, and this should be a good race because this track provides plenty of opportunity to overtake, especially down that Hanger Straight and into turn 6, the Brooklands corner and Luffield. Could go side by side there. You can see some overtakes into cops as well. That sometimes can happen. And yeah, so we should see a good race. And you usually get side by side going on because the second people who start second place, you tend to get a good start and get alongside into turn 1 and turn 2. If you have that inside line into turn 3, should be able to take the lead unless you don't force your driver to an error and he's still alongside you and he has the inside line for turn 4. So it could be very interesting in the first few corners. I've commentated over a lot around here in Silverstone. It's usually the same things that happen into turn 1 and turn 2. The race leader just can't pull away because he's always under pressure from second place behind. I don't know what it is. Does second place get generally a better start for some reason? I don't know, but we're about to find out as hopefully all the drivers are already up. Can see your comments coming in. I will read them out soon if I get the chance to. So just bear with me for a few seconds, and hopefully, there's always one driver that fails to ready up, isn't there? Don Ammo, Ecos Don Ammo. It looks like he might have to. Never mind. It's all sorted now, thankfully. And off we go then. So Tom has set the fastest lap at 124.2. Very interesting. As you can see, the green cars, first, third, fifth, and ninth. So they're looking comfortable. All the green cars. Sorry. Vapor down in second place. He's got his nearest teammate is P6 Galetto, last week's race winner from Spain and Bahrain. So let's see if we can continue that form. We've got Vapor, Hyperlin 4 in P8, Soul in P10, and I do apologise if I say your name wrong, not familiar with the names. Let's get the tyre information up, shall we? So there we are then. So look at that, pretty much even. The top 10 on the soft compound tyres, as you expect, because that's the tyres you have to start on. If you set the fastest lap inside the top 10, they're the tyres you have to start on. Outside the top 10, everybody has opted for the medium compound tyres, so they're going to go for a much longer stint. And the medium runner is Raj in P11. Last week we had multiple choices. We had some people down here go for soft compound tyres, but looks like everybody outside that top 10 is going to be on those medium compound tyres. So yeah, so expect the top 10 to pull away from the early stages. Then we'll see the medium runners take over this race, unless they want to pit at the same time, because I know some people did that last week. Hello people joining the stream, hope you're all doing well. Somebody's just got disqualified. Galetto and Mr. Pop has got disqualified. That's very interesting. We had our last week's race winner is currently been disqualified, so he will be having cold tyres at the start then, and less advantage compared to the others. So we'll have to watch out with the cold tyres, understeering as well. That could be very difficult. Not really something you want to see if you're Vapor. Got a Vapor challenging on the second row with Tom R. So we're about to get this race underway in a few minutes time, and yeah, let's see what happens from here on in, shall we? VR about to win. Well, VR is currently down in P4, so you've got a choice that you got a choice there. As Don Ammo has joined the session, then as we're about to have 5 lights, and we are underway for week 2 of the British GP. It looks like the second car has got a good start. Vapor's got an amazing start. He's alongside Tom into turn 1. They go side by side into turn 2 as well. Look at Tom squeeze his way through. We've got a spinner in the background. That could be Vapor Soul. As we make our way down into turn 3, then Tom has the inside line for the next corner. Yannick squeezes himself down the inside of Nepo Racing. The Dutchman has got himself ahead of Nepo Racing, as Tom leads the way ahead of Vapor Nuth, ahead of Yannick in P3, who's made his way past Nepo Racing, as Galetto's up into P5, so he hasn't done a bad job despite starting on cold tyres. But there's Mr. Pops trying to go around the outside of Margaret in P6. Well, in fact, he's got a much better exit coming out of Luffield, and here comes Galetto. Will he make a move? No, he won't, but Mr. Pops has made the move on the VER driver, so we've got much of a better exit coming out of Luffield compared to the VER driver, so that's a good sign from already. And our spinner was Vapor Soul, so Vapor Soul was the spinner at turn 1, but look at that, going side by side through Brooklyn to Luffield. Raikio goes wide, come back on the track safely, hopefully he does, and he loses track position, but Symbolics has made a move on Raj, who's about to get overtaken by Aqua, so both VR drivers making a move already on the first opening lap. But here's Mr. Pox then, will he go down the inside of Galetto? They both brake late and both lock up, but I think, yes, he has made the move on Mr. Pox, so look at him being aggressive at the start. He lost out at the start because of cold tyres, but look at that, he's already making his way through. Expect more from Galetto. I'm sorry about the there's a graphics glitch, so it spectates the wrong drives, if you know what I mean. So it's not me messing things up, it's the stream itself, because they still haven't fixed it. So we'll spectate random drivers, well, not spectate random drivers, but the drivers it wants to, because they're mixed up order. Look at that then, I think that's Tom in the front trying to break the slipstream, which it is. Yeah, just like that, as Vapor Nuth then is behind Tom, and we're on to lap 2, not lap 3, so you won't see them use DRS just yet. And why haven't they fixed this graphics glitch? It is so annoying, because when you try and spectate a driver, you spectate another driver, which is very annoying. Not good, if you especially have an action like this. So there's Yannick down in P3 then, on over the back of Vapor, and then on the back of Tom. Look at the ERS one. Look at the ERS for both of them, they've both got roughly the same. DRS is not enabled, so he will not use it down the straight. For those wondering why he's not opening it, because he hasn't got it. It is lap 2 of the race. And look at Nepo versus Mr. Popsy. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. As we head our way into Stowe, Tom has the advantage over the Vapor driver with VR in P3. There's Nepo racing down in P4 with Mr. Popsy in P5. The graphics glitch should sort itself out by now, as Mr. Popsy has set the fastest lap, so despite getting disqualified at the start of the race, he's managed to find some pace and warm those tyres up very quickly, and he's in a battle. But look at that! Look at Tom sliding through the third corner. That's allowing Nutt to get alongside him, but I think he'd be smarter than that because he has DRS on the next straight. But look at that! Yannick is coming through. He's not backing out, is he? And he has the DRS and the slipstream off of Tom. And he goes down the inside of Tom. Hopefully it's a clean move, which it is. Will Vapor try to go around the outside? He has the inside line for Luffield. Can Tom get a much better exit? Slight contact from the two, but the VR driver is leading, so that's very good. From the VR driver, taking advantage while others have a few mistakes, but Tom, it all went down to Tom sliding through the third corner. Must have gotten that curb, and the rears just must have went. But anything happening further down, there's quite a big gap to Aqua, Kelvin and those guys behind, so those guys must have changed their front wings or something, because we did see Raikio have a problem down at turn lap 1 Magnussen Beckett's. Cliffy has already got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, as Galetto has overtaken Mr. Popsy, so Galetto has gained the position back as he lost it. As we've got a spinner down at Magnussen Beckett's, that is Don Ammo, so he has had some problems down there. As I go back on board with the leading cars. We're on to lap 4 of this race. For some reason, it won't let me spectate. There we go. Yeah, it's sorted itself out now. So Tom then, can he get back into P1? This corner he made a mistake at, but much cleaner this time around. He has much more. He's got more ERS compared to the VER driver. And Nutt, what could he do? Will he fall into the clutches of Nepo Racing? I wonder. No overtakes happening down here. What can Mr. Popsy do? Looks like he had a good pace initial start, but looks like he's just settling in with the others. A look at Tom then, creeping all over the back of Janiek. This is going to be an amazing fight. Win a big DRS trade here, as Vapor Soul has got a 3-second time penalty. Will Tom overtake Janiek down the straight, I wonder, because he has got DRS and a little bit more ERS to use as well. So how powerful is that DRS down as we make our way into the final parts of Magnussen Beckett? Will he overtake him? Looks, yep, Janiek is using the ERS as well. Tom's got more overspeed. Will he make a move into Stowe? Yes, he will. Down the inside he goes, and he moves himself back up into P1, but it's gone slightly wide. Janiek is coming back at him, and as we come into Vale, he breaks later than him. We'll try and go around the outside. No, he can't. He has the inside line, takes the curve, as Bargalat has got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as they go side by side through the final corner as we're onto the main straight, as Tom has retaken the lead off Janiek. This is very close, intense stuff indeed. But once that's done, it's allowed Nutt and Nepo to get closer, and Janiek has drained his ERS, but he's getting it back. As Margaret then, 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We're already getting a lot of penalties here. We've got Vapor Mark has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Tom has a slight lock-up. I did believe Janiek did hit the back, just slightly tapped him, give him a good love tap, but didn't affect him too much, thankfully. May have locked up a bit and gone wide, but he still maintains first place. It's an intense battle. Look at this. I bet these guys here must be frustrated with that DRS trade. If they got more pace, but they can't use it because they're just stuck there. I know how it feels because I've been in one myself. Janiek then, will he retake the lead? I think the pit starts will start opening soon. I think it's this lap or next lap, I wonder. So will we see anybody pit? We did see Margaret pit, but he's got a 5-second time penalty to his name because of speeding in the pit lane. Look at that, look at Galetto going very wide through Stowe, and he has dropped out. And he's going to the pits as well. We've got 3 people entering the pits, which is Tom, Yaniek, as Nepo Racing, Vapor, and Mr. Popsy stay out. Wonder if he broke it just a bit too late, did Mr. Galetto. However, he can start doing the undercut because he's got the 1 lap fresher tyres compared to these 3 that's leading the race. So here we are then. Our race leader is Vapor North. And where will those guys rejoin? I'll go on board with Tom. Still in the pit lane. It's a very long pit lane, I believe. It is a very long pit lane. I think it's 39 miles per hour. 60-kilometer pit lane. Those who in a different country and in the UK, because we use miles per hour in the UK. No, I know we're probably asking why you've got it kilometers an hour, but I think I like it better than miles per hour. Top 3 then, Vapor North, they will probably pick this lap to cover the undercut from those guys behind. So Tom has rejoined down in 7th place. He stayed ahead of Yaniek. Margaret down in P9. He did try and undercut those 2 ahead of him, but sadly he didn't. But he has got past Galetto. So could those 2 work together to keep Galetto behind, I wonder? So go back on board with 1st place because he might be entering the pits. As you can see, he's 2 tenths quicker, so he's going for a very push lap here. And into the pits, all 3 of them go. Now those 2 are the same team. Will they get? I get very nervous because what if they get hauled up in the pit lane because you don't know if you're in the same box or not. I got hauled up in the pit lane once and it was very frustrating indeed. So where is our net race leader? Tom down in P7. Cliffy, our medium runner starter, will take the lead this race. Cliffy as well. Cliffy started down in P19 and somehow is in P1. So what happened to those guys? Oh, I think everybody pitted then. Yeah, because Dom, Ammo and Cliffy have not pitted yet, so that explains why Cliffy's in P1. But where can Tom get ahead? There he is coming out of the pit lane. Is it alongside him? He's got past Vapor. And who's that going through? That's Yaniek going through on Nepo Racer. So we're back in Oh, Nepo spun! I thought I heard something. That's why I stopped talking. So Nepo has spun. Did he just come out of the pits? Yes, he has. He came out of the pits and probably got caught out due to cold tyres. So that's a shame for him. He was in a good position. It's very, very hard to see there. Being in dirt here, coming out of the pits and getting on the attack straight away can be very difficult. You just got to settle in, bring the tyres in and start pushing. But sadly for Nepo, he's down to P11. I got Aqua ahead of him. I've seen plenty of people make that mistake before. He's not the only one and he won't be the last one either. It's very common to make as well. He shouldn't beat himself up on it. And Nuth then, all over the back of Tom. This is his chance to fight as Cliffy is in the pits as Hyper has got a 3-second time penalty as down the inside goes Vapor. And I think Galetto is about to make a move. Yes, he has. Galetto has made a move on Mr. Popsy for P7. I think that was the blue car fighting alongside. Yes, it was. So Mr. Popsy then has got himself into... Well, Galetto's got himself up into P6 now because Dom is pitting. Vapor will take over this race. So Vapor looking in a very good position and Galetto is on the back of the VER driver as Margaret. Yaniek's still in position as well. Like I said, I think Margaret's done a good job to keep Galetto behind because probably the VER drivers are working together. But the thing is though, Margaret hasn't got any DRS and he's running out of ERS as well, so he's running out of options as Tom doesn't go for the move down the straight. What about Galetto? Will he try and go around the outside? Will he try and make Margaret outbrake himself, which he did? It's all over the back of him. It must be very frustrating to get past him because the top 3 are pulling away and Margaret is outside the 1 second range of DRS. So Galetto and Mr. Popsy need to get past ASAP, otherwise they'll get held up behind Margaret and it will ruin their races too. So they've got to do something to clear this VER driver ahead of him. I'm a VER driver myself, but being a commentator, I am unbiased and know how to do it. So Yaniek on the back of Tom then. Let's check their ERS status. So Tom's got more compared to Vapor. Look at that. Galetto's made the move. What about Mr. Popsy? Now goes around the outside into Stowe. Has he got it covered? They're both fighting side by side, and I think he has. Yes, he has got himself up into P6. Oh, P5, sorry. They'll be relieved of that, and they can start catching, but sadly for them, look at Galetto's ERS status. He's used quite a lot of it, so it could be difficult for him. He needs to start saving ERS, as Napo has set the fastest lap. He's going down to P10. He can still get some points on him, and there's Cliffy, his teammate ahead of him. Who is going to win the British GP? Will it be Vapor? Will it be Tom? Or will it be Janiak? It won't be Margaret because he's got a 3-second time penalty. So has Vapor Hyper as well, down to P7. So he won't get the fastest. He won't get the race win or podium because he's got a penalty. Galetto down to P4 is in range of DRS. He's using a lot of ERS as well, a lot of overtake. So he needs to find a way to save that if he wants to have a chance of fighting these three, because they got more compared to him in P4 and P5. He's got Mr. Popsy to contend with. He's been fighting. Oh, Galetto has got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's a massive shame. That's going to ruin his chance of winning the race or getting on the podium. What can he do from here on in? Can he just hope? And look at that. But for 1 second, the VR driver will go down the inside. And there's Mr. Popsy making a move on Galetto. And look at that, the TRT drivers in P2 and P4 has got a battle between Kelvin and Symbolics then, sorry about that, as Mr. Popsy has set the fastest lap of the race. So Kelvin then has made a move on his teammate for P12. He's got a Joel ahead of him. What can he do? Look at that, look how so close they are within each other. Mr. Popsy's just outside the 1 second range of DRS. He hasn't got it, let's have for him, but look at Janiak getting a much better exit coming out off the slow corner of turn 5. He can make a move down into Brooklands. There he is then, side by side, but Tom will have the inside line for the next one, which he does and takes advantage, and he stays ahead. But this is very good. If these two continue to fight, or allow Vapor to just pull away. You'd love to see those two fight. Yeah, Tom can't afford to have a scrap with VR because he knows he can win this race. He had the pace early on in the race. He still has the pace now. But he don't want to lose this race by battling third place. He wants to try and get up there. Yarko's done a good job too, as Symbolics has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so he needs to cut down on them. Otherwise he's going to lose quite a few positions, as Mr. Popsy then gets himself inside the 1 second range of DRS. What can he do from here on in? As Herald has got another 3-second time penalty added to his name. Who is going to win the British GP? There's 2 laps to go in this race. We've got another 50% race coming up. 25 and 25 equals 50, and I don't know what the next race is, so leaving myself to a bit of a surprise. Hopefully it's another good track. I have a good feeling it's Belgium for some reason, because most events take place in there, so I think it could be Belgium. It's a good guess, hopefully I get it right. 2 laps to go then. What is Tom going to do against Vapor North? He can't leave nothing on the table against the Vapor driver. What can Janiak do? He's in an awkward position, because even if he does have more pace compared to the two, he's in a DRS train. Tom is having slipstream and DRS, and compared to Janiak, he can't make a move because he's got the DRS, so he's gonna have to find another way past. Try and be more aggressive. What can he do? VR are gonna be happy with the driver on the podium, but can he be 2 places better into first place? Who knows? It looks like he's got a much better run, but at the same time Tom's got DRS and he defends the inside line. Can Janiak go around the outside? He's got the confidence. No, he can't. But he's going to do the switchback. Here's Janiak. Bit of contact made between the two. And Tom breaks late too. It's a veil that's so close between them. And look at Mr. Frog. I mean Mr. Pop, sorry. Mr. Pop trying to take advantage of Janiak and Tom. Crucially, he's outside the 1 second range of Vapor North. He could win this race. It could be Tom's chances over, because Vapor has got a 1.5 second race ahead of Tom. And down the inside goes Mr. Popsy, but he didn't quite make his stick, did he? And he leaves himself vulnerable to Galetto. And here comes Janiak. He would have loved to make that move a few laps ago. And he will go around the outside. Wheel banging between the two, but it is very hard but fair racing. As he goes down the inside and takes the place, but will Tom make a switch back on him? No, he won't, but he'll settle into the slipstream. I think it's fair to say that Vapor Nutt will win this race. He's safe. There's only one way he can't win. If he makes a mistake, then it's over. But he's in a 2.2 second gap, so I think he should just settle down now and just bring it home because he's most likely to win this race. The only chance he doesn't win this race if he makes a mistake. So he's going to be careful not to do that, or get a 3-second time penalty as well. So he's very safe at the moment. And here comes Tom back on Janiak for P2. As down the inside he goes into Stowe. Good move from him. But when Janiak comes back under braking, no he won't. Kelvin versus Symbolics, those two exchange positions again. As Vapor Nutt has set the fastest lap, so he's not exactly slowing down, is he? This is a battle for P2 now between Tom, Janiak and Mr. Popsy. It's been a very good race as always at the British GP. Never fails to put on a good show. I bet Tom and Janiak will be frustrated knowing they could have won this race, but they're battling. It's their downfall, and that is Vapor's advantage. Looking very comfortable in P1. Mr. Popsy, can he get himself on the podium? Can there be two TLT drivers on the podium? VR Janiak has got a lot of defending to do. They're both roughly on the same ERS status, except Tom, who's got a bit more ERS compared to these two behind. Where's Galetto down in P5 with a bit less ERS? Look at that, Janiak is all over the back of Tom. Now he is running out of ERS and overtake. He can't use the DRS. Well, he's got DRS, but will it be powerful enough to try and overtake him for second place? I know it isn't, sadly for him. He'll have to settle for third, unless he'll send one down the inside, which I don't think he'll do because he's too far behind. So that's the race settled, but somebody spun. Aquaplane is spun. No, it's Vapor spun. As Vapor, talk about Vapor, he's going to come across the line to win the British GP. Tom's in second place ahead of Janiak. Mr. Popsy falls ahead of Galetto, marking it at P6. Cliffy will finish at P7. Aquaplane will finish at P8. Nepo takes P7. Margaret at P9. That's Cliffy at P9. Joel at P10. Vapor at P11. Kelvin puts himself up into P11, and that's the race done. So congratulations to Vapor for winning the British GP. That's their third win, because I believe Galetto's in Vapor too. So it gets better and better for Vapor. They've got a good lineup, have the Vapor drivers, so they should be proud of themselves, because I believe Galetto's in Vapor too. So that's their third win, if I'm correct. They're just looking very comfortable at the front. I've got to give a shout out to Cliffy, because Cliffy started down at P19 and he finished P7 or 8. So congratulations for him for getting some points. A difficult qualifying. Mexico next race. Yeah, this is Indigo commentating, Carter. Hello everybody in the chat. So Vapor then, on form, they got their third win in a row. This time it's a different driver, which is the Australian of North. Apologies if I do say your name incorrectly. Just tell me, because I'm not really good with names like that. Nepo's left. Hopefully he knows he's got another race, or will there be a substitute? Yeah, where's Cliffy? Down to P9 from P19. As look at that, Aquaplaning from P18 to P6. So good job from him. As we move on for the Mexican Grand Prix, then that's going to be a bit of a difficult track, but well, let's see how it goes. So good points for VER, good points for Vapor, and good points for TLT as well. Vapor looking very, very comfortable at the front, with Galetto and Nuth winning 3 races in a row. They'll extend their championship lead, will Vapor. But let's see what happens in the next race. I'll take a little bit of a break before we go into one-shot qualifying. Thank you for everybody watching. Carter, I want to start commentating the league. I'm actually quite good, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm not gonna doubt you, mate. Probably better than me. Most people are anyway. But Carter, if you want to start commentating, just message people or just message me, because I do commentate for some leagues. So if you want to get into it, just message people, mate. Personally, I do enjoy watching the races, but my commentary, it could be improved, but I do make a few mistakes now and then. I think of words, but I don't exactly say it right. It's quite, when you've got a lot of people watching and you get put under pressure. Yeah, Carter, mate, if you want to do it, just do it, mate. Nobody's stopping you. So 17 drivers in this session then. Hopefully we'll have all 20 in here. Cola Killer, how are you, Jamie? I'm good, thank you, Colin. And yourself, mate? So we've got Mats and Super Guy. Super Guy, I remember him. He was... Where was he? Is he from a Super Guy? He was in the first race, wasn't he? Mats as well. We've got Mats and Super Guy. Who's Mats representing? Is it Vapor? Vapor Mats? I don't know. It can't be TRT. It can't be ECOS. I think it's Vapor. He's represented. Right, boys. Let's get it in the chat then. Who is going to win the next race? Will it be Vapor? Will it be TRT? Or will it be VR or ECOS? I don't really see many ECOS drivers in there, but hopefully they can find a suitable setup. I actually like commentating for esports event because there's lots of entertainment going. There's personal rivalries. As thank you for clearing it up, mate. Timmets is ECOS. Didn't know that, so thank you for clearing it up. Any new drivers? We've got Super Guy, Mats, and Symbolics is spectator. I don't think he's a commentator. If he is, he should be joining me, but I think he's a racer. Don't know why he should be spectator, but we'll wait a few minutes round to get some drivers in. Five Gum simulated your sensors, if I said that right. Are you still here, mate? In the chat, I just wonder if you're still here. Jesse! Well, I know who he is. Very quick driver. So we've got Jesse in here too. Don Ammo for the win. Says Gianluca Bautista. Gianluca Bautista, that's a good name. I like that name. Tommy commented in the chat, come on TRT. I'm a commentator, so I'm going to be unbiased. Even though I'm in VR, I still going to be unbiased, so I don't mind who wins as long as it's a good race. Yeah, I'll still be supporting my team, but I like it if it's a good race. Oh, hello, mate.
Sorry, that was an accident. Yeah, good luck to VR then, I guess.
Are you commentating?
No, that was an accident.
Oh, it's fine, don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, okay, well, good luck.
You just came in here. You came in here to say good luck to VR.
Yeah. Okay, see you. See ya.
See you. So that was a VR supporter who joined the party. Next time I'll have the privacy settings just by myself, so nobody. I can't even think of the word. Party crashes my party. What's that word? I actually can't remember. Never mind. Gate crash. Yeah, it's gate crash, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know what we're waiting for. All 20 drivers are here. We should be going soon. Yeah, Caesar, mate. One shot qualifying. I think most events have one shot qualifying. I've not really seen an event where it's 50% really, so I don't know if it's just a traditional thing to do one shot qualifying. Let's go, making my debut for ECOS. Please tell me if I'm saying that right, if it's ECOS or ECOS. Tell me which one it is, please, in the chat. I don't want to say the wrong name just in case. Or is it ESOS or ECOS? ESOS? ECOS? I think it'd make more sense if it says ESOS. ECOS. Which one is it? Which one is it? ECOS? You said it right the first time. No, not without an S. ECOS. Yeah. Thank you for that. I thought it was ECOS. It made sense if it was ESOS as well, but I just want to make sure I say the names right. Yeah, by the way, if I do pronounce your name wrong, just tell me, because I'm not really familiar, so just please tell me. ECOS. You said not with an S sound. What does that mean? Letters COS or COS. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into one-shot qualifying. Not really raced at Mexico properly. I don't think I've raced it 2020 yet. I'm still yet to race it, but judging by my knowledge of the track, I did like it, but it was alright, the 2019 game. But obviously 2019 is much different to 2020, so cars are much faster. Different handling, of course, but... Right then, here we are then for one-shot qualifying of the second race. Yep, so Sidar says he wants a much better race from ECOS, so let's see where the highest one is. As here we are then for one-shot qualified. Let's see who takes turn 1. Joel's currently leading the one-shot qualifying as we make our way into turn 1. Love the way these drivers swing around the corners. Coming out of turn 3, as Galetto's retired already. That's a shocker to see. So Galetto, he was dominant in the last 2 races we had, but this time he's struggling in these 2 races. A complete contrast to what happened last week. So in one-shot qualifying then, Janiek is currently leading. We're on board with Kelvin at the moment, so I'll go on board with the top drivers. Oh, that's the wrong driver, sorry, let me get back onto the right ones. So Vapor North then and Tom are currently scrapping for P1, there they are. It's a 54.5 as Vapor has retired from the session. Jesse's retired from the session as well. I bet there's going to be a loads of validations because that's what you tend to see, especially in one-shot qualified. You get one shot, you get one chance. If you get it wrong, you get either put in the wall or be invalidated. But here comes Tom across the line. It's a 30.3. That's a mega time. Look at that. 12th downwards has been disqualified. That's your one-shot qualifying done as we move on into the race. And let's see who's on pole then. So Vapor's on pole ahead of Tom. Super Guy is in P3 ahead of Cliffy. Cliffy did a good job. And Martin, that's his name's not Martin, is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. VR, I'll just call him Mart. VR Mart in P5 ahead of ECOS Joel. VR Kelvin ahead of ECOS Mentos. VR Margaret in P9 ahead of Vapor Soul. Aqua, Timmets, Mats, K-Mark, Dom, Ammo, Herald, Raikyo, Jesse, Vapor and Galetto have been disqualified, sadly for them. So the highest Vapor driver is Nuth, the highest TLT is Tom, the highest VR driver is Mart. Nepo, mate, you got good pace. I believe you got good pace. You just got to keep pushing, mate. Don't give up, Nepo. I get bad luck a lot of times. I say a lot of times, and mainly all the time, but you just got to keep pushing, really. So the TLT drivers then are happy because they see one of their drivers on pole position, but pole position is already the best place to start around Mexico because we've got a long way down into turn 1. P3 could, it's like Russia really, but it's not really like Russia because Mexico is even further. You can get a good slipstream off of P1. Whoever starts P3, I say, has got a big advantage. Mexico's always been a Red Bull track, I believe, because Red Bull have always done well around here. Saying that though, Lewis Hamilton did win in 2019. Max Verstappen had a punch, I believe, and Alex Albon, well, he had good pace anyway. I don't know if Mexico's a good racetrack or not. I'm still deciding in my mind because we've seen some good races around Mexico, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just a unique track, really. Obviously, you got that long straight down to turn 1. It came back onto the calendar in 2016. That's when Nico Rosberg had it. No, it didn't. It came back in 2015, sorry. Nico Rosberg won the race, and in 2016, Lewis Hamilton won. It's a close fight between Red Bull and Mercedes, and obviously, you saw what happened in 2016 when Ricciardo, Vettel, and Verstappen went for it. That was a mega fight in 2016. 2017, Vettel gave Hamilton a puncher, and yeah, Verstappen won the race. In 2018, Verstappen won the race. Ricciardo retired due to engine problems. That was a terrible season for Ricciardo. Despite getting 2 wins, second half of the season had loads of engine failures. He had the most DNFs out of anybody in 2018. He was on pole position, wasn't he? But sadly for him, it didn't go well. In 2019, you could dare say Verstappen should have won, but he was a bit too eager and optimistic, really. My phone's a piece of... I should say that. My phone's not really working well. It's not really loading the comments like it should do, so apologies if I'm not reading it out. I will try and read every comment out, but it's just... There we go. This game is... bad sometimes. It's quite good in my opinion due to the strategy difference, and you can overtake, at least on the game. There's one annoying thing about this is corner cutting. It's very easy to corner cut. I expect a few penalties in this race. We saw some at the British GP, but corner cutting is quite hard because, you know, 36 laps around here in a 50% race is quite difficult not to get a penalty. Unless you're super consistent, of course. But anyways, we're about to start the Mexico race for the second race in the second week. This is going to be an interesting ride. What about Super Guy down in P3? He's got a big slipstream down into turn 1. Will he use it effectively? We're about to find out soon. As you can see, the lights at the top of your screen. 4 lights, 5 lights. We're underway for the second race of the second week, and it looks like Vapor Nuth has got a much better start compared to Tom. Looks like Tom's dropping into the slipstream, which he has done. So I expected P3 to be up there, but look at Cliffy alongside Super Guy. Martin around... There's a 3 wide into turn 1 between those 3, 4th and 5th, but look at Martin going around the outside. There's a slight lock up into turn 1 as Martin takes the inside line off both drivers. In fact, Cliffy's fighting back on the inside, but Martin has the inside line and he's taken the place off of Cliffy. So that's good. That's a good start from the VR driver already. But Tom, I expected him to challenge into turn 1, but looks like Nuth had it covered. As look at that, we've got battles in the midfield going on as Margaret tries an aggressive a move down the inside. As look at that, he's under pressure from his VR driver. As looks like it's a clean start because I've not seen anybody make any contact or made any mistakes. So Don Ammo has dropped into last place. Sadly for him, he's got full wind damage as Don, so he has another bad race. Sadly for him. But yeah, I expected Tom to mount a challenge into turn 1, but it didn't quite happen, did it? Wonder why? Was he just... I don't know. Was he not aggressive? Oh, a bit close between Aquaplane and Super Soul, Vapor Soul. Sorry, and his teammate K-Mark is about to overtake him as Vapor's dropped down. Drake Vapor, what's happened to him? No, it's not, sorry, false alarm, it's the graphics glitch. Yeah, I thought he spun coming out the final corner, but he hasn't, so sorry if I gave anybody a heart attack or anything like that. So Vapor's still leading this race ahead of Tom. Third place, well, it's a bit messy now, isn't it, because the graphics is all over the place. I don't understand why it's like this, because I thought they would have fixed it by now, but it looks like Cliffy's at the back of a driver. It's marked in P2, or P3 shall I say. There he is then. Cliffy's got good pace at the moment. I don't know why this game's like this. I really thought they would have fixed it by now. Why can't they just fix it? Because it's really hard for us commentators to try and go on board with somebody, because it goes on board with somebody else in a different position, like a P13. If you want to go on P4, you go to P13, which is really frustrating because you can't really see it. But it looks like Super Guy has already got a gap. I talk about penalties, we've already got one, which is K-Mark down in P13. Super Guy then down in P6, not really, I don't think he is a P6, I think he's P5 because Don Ammo's last place due to pitting, so he's P5. So Super Guy has dropped 2 places already. I would have thought he had a good start and a good slipstream down into turn 1 because he was behind first place really, but looks like Martz took the advantage. Cliffy has drained his ERS, look at that. Not really saved any ERS as Cliffy. Will he try and go down the inside too far back, I wonder? Yes he is, and he stays in 4th place, but he's got some ERS management to do as he gets a 3-second time penalty. Come on Cliffy, you can't be doing that already in the first 2 laps of the race. You've got to be careful with these penalties because you're going to drop down a lot of positions. But it looks like these two are fighting there. VR Martin, I can't really pronounce that name properly unless he tells me how to say it. But look at Jesse up into P9. You've got disqualified and qualified. We've got Ecos Joel down in P10. So Ecos Joel, what car is he in? That type of car. We've got yellow flags. Yeah, yellow flags somewhere down in sector 1. That is Vapor. Vapor down in 18th place. It's not going well for him, has it? But at least Vapor has somebody leading the race, which is Nuth, the Australian who won the last race. Can he win this race again? Can Tom find something to try and stop Vapor from winning this race? And looks like Cliffy then is falling into clutches of his teammate Super Guy down in 5th place. Super Guy on the back of Cliffy as DRS will be enabled this lap. It is lap 4 of the race. Cliffy will be like a sitting duck on the straight because he hasn't got any ERS, 0%, but he's still catching Mart. As we've got a spinner down there, the last few corners, I think it's Vapor Mark, K-Mark down in P18. Oh, come on Martin, you got a 3-second time penalty, mate. As Cliffy then, these two have got a penalty, so Super Guy, I'd like to see that as, will Cliffy try and make a move down the inside? No, he won't, too far back. What about drivers further behind? I don't think there's safety cars involved either in this race. I don't really see any big crash properly as Vapor Soul exchanging positions with a VR driver, which is Aqua. Goes off the track though, and down the inside comes Aqua playing in. It's still side by side as Aqua playing gets a better exit and makes his way past Vapor for P11. We'll go back to the front. What's happened to Jesse? Jesse's dropped back. Ecos Joel has moved himself up into P9. And guess what? I always forget there's a DRS zone here. It's not really effective, but it can gain you a few tenths in qualifying at least, or get closer to the car in sector 3 because it's very difficult to stay behind, especially in this slow corners, dirty air. Back on board with the top 3 then. Look at this, Cliffy all over the back of Mob, but if he saves the ERS, he could find a way past, but he can't. He's struggling to save that ERS. And he won't go down the inside into turn 1, so I wonder what he'll do. And who's that ahead of him? That's Tom. He's dropped outside the 1 second range of DRS. He's 1.5 seconds behind, so that's not good for his strategy. And will Cliffy try and make a move down into turn 4? No, he stays behind again, so I wonder what games he's playing. Is he trying to force Mart into an error? And we've got Jesse coming back on Ecos Joel for P9. Did they touch? Because he did slide a bit. So is Jesse slided again. So it must have been the grip or the setup of those cars unstable, I think. As Jesse has taken a 9th place away from him. As Vapor Soul has got past Aqua again. As Mats is on the back of Vapor Soul on his debut for Ecos. So let's see how he performs. I'll go back up over Cliffy because he's right behind the driver of Mart for P3, the Dutchman, under pressure from Cliffy and the other Dutchman behind him all over the back, as Mart is pitted already, and so is Vapor Nuff. So those two are pitted, Mart's pitted, the soft runners are pitted in this race. So where's that graphic? There he is, there it is. I'm on the wrong graphic, there we go. That's Ecos Dom. What's happened to him as Super Guy has overtaken Super Cliffy for the lead of the race, as we've got a 5-second time penalty for Galetto for speeding in the pit lane, as there's yellow flags everywhere. What's going on here? And look at that, Raikio is about to make a move on Mats for... Mats, be careful, mate. I thought he'd take out Vapor Soul in the process. Hell's got a penalty and Vapor Soul's got a penalty. And they've got a lot of penalties coming in, especially in the early parts, as here comes Raikio on Mats for P10. So he's taking the final points position away from the Ecos driver, but try to go down the inside. Got to be careful, does Mats, in these tight corners. You don't want to really cause contact. We saw Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen make contact there in 2015 when one was in the Williams and the other in the Ferrari. It was sad times because yeah, it was 2015, wasn't it? Yeah, so because Valtteri Bottas was the Mercedes for 2017. But Cliffy then, these two going to pit to cover the undercut from Mart. One stays out and the other stays out too, so they're both staying out for some reason. I thought it'd be a best time to pit by now, but let's see how this strategy goes, as Kelvin has hopped into the pit. Says, where is Mart? He's down to P14, so he hasn't got really any dirty air or traffic ahead of him. Next car ahead of him is Mentos, who's 3 seconds ahead of him. So, and here comes the driver of Knuth, about to overtake Mats. Our net race leader then, pitted. Will Mats try and fight back, make things difficult for him? No, I don't think so, as Vapor then has moved himself up into P9. He doesn't want to spend too much time behind these guys because he will lose time behind Tom. That's why probably Tom stayed out there, because he knows Vapor Nuff is in traffic, so I think he's using that to his advantage. Tom looking at his full map and seeing Vapor Nuff is in traffic. He's got Raikio and Aqua behind him, and guess what? These two are not his teammates either, so they'll make it difficult for him. As Raikio is obviously a TRT, so he can hold up Vapor Nuff. I'm sure Tom and Raikio are in a party together. He's instructing that you keep him behind, but not like that. You don't want to crash into him. You don't want to do that, mate. He did come out of that corner very slow indeed. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but Vapor Nuff has gone wide. As Tom is in the pits then for his first stop, as Cliffy takes the lead of the race, so Cliffy has stayed out there. As Aquaplane is in the pits, so it looks like Vapor is about to make an easy overtake, and let's see if Tom has gained an advantage. Where is he? He should come out of the pits right now, and there he is. He's came out of the pits, but a long way back from his championship rival. As Vapor then goes down the inside of TRT, but TRT Raikio is not giving up, is he? A bit of contact between the two, and guess what? He hasn't made the move stick. Sorry. And Raikio still maintains third place. This is very good for the likes of Tom down there. As Mats, will he go down the inside? No, he won't. But Tom, he would love to see this. You can still see his championship rival still down in fourth place. This is very good indeed, as K-Mark has got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, not multiple warning, so he's definitely done the corner cut. Has him. This is very bad news from Vapor Nuff. He would love to see that car out of the way. Plus, he's on the medium tyre, so he's going to go longer compared to the soft runners. I bet Vapor would hate to see this. As Cliffy is in the pits for his first stop. I think he should get the move. Yeah, he definitely should get the move done. Yes, he should, because he's in the pits right now. So into the pits goes Raikio, and he's got DRS as well, so he can pull away from Mats as well. So he's got some protection on him. As Tom, crucially, needs to get past Mats as quick as he can. And yes, he is. There he goes then for P3. It's a Vapor 1-2. But the first place man hasn't pitted yet. Super Guy has crucially got past Mart, and Mart's under pressure from his VR driver behind. I think he might let. I think it's smart to let him go because he's on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. You don't want to hold up your teammate because you know he's quicker at this stage of the race, and you know he can get some good points because he's on the soft compound tyres. So that's smart from VR, and he's allowing the driver to attack Super Guy. But Super Guy looks comfortable at the moment, down in P5. He's got Mats ahead of him. Should be too difficult, but we know Mats doesn't give up easily, judging from recent experience from him. So the gap was 1.8 before they maybe 2-second gap, but the gap was big before they made the first pit stops. But can Tom try and find a way to try and close in the gap from Nuth? Nuth will get DRS, I believe, because he's behind the driver of Ecos. So he's given him some assistance and boosted power down the straight, which Vapor would not like to see, as Janiek has set the fastest lap of the race. And here comes Super Guy then. Is this going to be an easy overtake for him? Oh dear. I think something's happened between first place. No, that's a different driver, sorry. I thought the race leader spun out, but it's not. It's a different Vapor driver. So Mats has been overtaken by Super Guy, and here comes Janiek. Janiek will not like to hang around behind Mats, and there he is. They made the move for P5, sorry. Cliffy, he was fighting Super Guy, but look at the difference between Cliffy and Super Guy. He's a long way back compared to he was in front of his teammate at one stage, and now he's right behind him. So the overcut hasn't gone well for him, has it? Going longer, but sadly for him, there's 1, 2, 3 cars in between himself and his teammate, but I don't think he wants to fight his teammate. They just want to work together. And here comes then Mart. The gap's got up to 1.9, so no, 2.1, sorry. So the gap, he isn't closing the gap down, is Tom. Vapor's got some good pace on his hands, so Vapor is starting to pull away from Tom. And his teammates in the pits to change onto the soft compound tyres, and into the pits goes Mats. There's Janiek there. What can he do on those soft compound tyres? His brand new set of softs compares to those mediums. What can he do? He was on the podium last time around. Can he get himself on the podium again, as he has a massive lock-up into turn 1? We've got Cliffy all over the back of the other VR driver. What's happened to Mart, I wonder? Is he just generally dropping down? He's getting full wind damage. Cliffy doesn't make the move, but here comes Cliffy. Yeah, he does actually. Cliffy down the inside of Mart. Both fighting side by side in these slow 90-degree corners. And Mart stays ahead of Cliffy for P5. Super Guy's on the podium, so Super Guy's done a fantastic job, but he has got the VR driver behind him who's on a set of soft compound tyres, so he will be under pressure a lot until his soft tyres will start fading away. For 1 second I thought he'd make a move down the inside, but he hasn't. He'll wait for the straight. Obviously, it well for the straight because you don't want the opponents to get the DRS that's literally behind you. So here he comes then. Must make sure he gets a decent exit out of there and stay in contention with him. And there he is then. It's going to be, it's going to be an easy move for P3. Super Guy, he best hope Janiek's tyres drops off so he can start fighting back on him for P3, as Cliffy has got past Mart again. Has he made the move stick? Will Mart try and fight back? Of course he will. Down the inside he goes. And guess what? Cliffy has it covered. It's fair racing, must be said. It's a bit harsh, but fair racing. That's what I like to see, really. Or might try to go down the inside of Cliffy. No, he won't. So Cliffy stays in P5. Janiek is on the back of Tom then, so he's going to put him under pressure. And he's going to make TRT even more stressed and nervous. Oh, we spun. Who's just spun? Who's just spun? Who was that? That was Vapor K-Mark. He's only having a bad race. I thought that was the race leader. Had me worried for a second there. Are there any safety cars in this 25% race? I don't know, because he's crashed. I don't know if he's just retired, but that made me very nervous. And here comes Janiek then on the back of Tom. A straightforward DRS overtake, but I think Yeah, he has made the move for second place as Hyper. So that's the fastest lap of this race. Looking good for the VR driver again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 VR drivers in the top 10. And we've got 2 Vapor drivers in the top 10. So not looking good for Vapor. We've got a oh, Jesse. What's happened to Jesse down there? Jesse's gone why? What's going on with him? Yeah, he's had a terrible race. Is the Dutchman. Don't know what's happening there, but Vapor has overtaken Kelvin for P8. Oh, Vapor trying to get past Margaret. What's happened to Margaret? Is he actually struggling? Because he's dropping down a lot of places. I thought he had the early pace in this race, but sadly, he's struggling for some reason. Maybe it's just this track in general. Maybe it's just the setup of the car, or other people are just used to track. Who knows? But hopefully he can find a rhythm soon enough, because he's got Vapor, Hyper, Lynn behind him. Gotta be careful not to hit the back of him. Super Guy's in DRS range of... Will he make an overtake? Yes, he will. So Super Guy has got past Tom for P3. So he's back where he started. And here comes Vapor. He overtakes it before DRS is activated. So that's a straightforward move, and he'll have DRS for company. So Super Guy then, back where he started, P3, had a bit of trouble, but he's back where he should be. He was in P6 at one point. TRT having 1, 2, 3 drivers in 3rd, 4th and 5th. And the next one is in P11. The softs will die before the race. Tom, are you... Please tell me that's a different Tom. That can't be Tom from Racing and Streaming, surely. No, I don't think it is. Tommy and Tom. Hopefully those two are different people, because he shouldn't be commenting while he's racing. What happened to Cliffy? Did Cliffy just make a mistake because he's dropped back? Maybe that was his. Maybe that was the gap already. Who knows? But Tommy and Tom. Hopefully those two are different people, because he's commented. Anyway, same team as well. So it looks like Vapor Nuth has got this in the bag. He must make sure he doesn't get a penalty, otherwise Janiak will win this race. So Janiak then, can he close the gap enough so he can get that penalty buffer if he does get a penalty? Cliffy has got another 3-second time penalty added to his name. He'll be frustrated with that one. He might drop behind Martin in P6. And Mats has got past Ecos. Yeah, about to say Tommy. Yeah, about to say mate. I got a bit confused because I saw your name. I was like, wait, what? Is he actually commenting while racing? Must be doing it down the straight if he's doing that. Multitasking must be said. As Martin has got a 3-second time penalty. As there's yellow flags further up. There's yellow flags. Who's that? That is Tom. And Martin has got past Tom. So he's got front wing damage too, hasn't he? Oh, that's a shame for Tom. He locks up as well. Tom, I feel so bad for you, mate. Ecos says we're not using their fastest drivers, and somebody's made a mistake down into turn 1, which is Ecos Mentos. So sadly for Tom, he will come to the pits and change his front wing and probably drop out the points as well. So his race is effectively over. As we've got a big DRS trade between Margaret, Kelvin, Glykio and Aqua. Yeah, me too, mate, me too. It has happened in the past. I was wondering if you were doing it again, as Raikio doesn't go down the inside. But look at that. Aqua tries to take advantage but can't quite make the move stick. Raikio saw that coming from a mile away and he covered it well. Will Aqua try and make a move down the inside? No, he won't. He might as well turn off the EOS, because you don't want to be using EOS in the corners, because that'll make you light up the rears because the amount of power you're putting in. The 1.1 is the gap between the top two. Could Janiak win this race? He's got 2 laps to go and he's got roughly the same EOS as Nuss, so this could be very interesting. He is definitely gaining. Can we see a VR driver win this race? Who knows? But Aquaplane is still on the back of Raikio. He's not in the 1 second DRS range, is Yadiek. I'll keep it out of the gap for you. Oh dear, a bit of a tag slapper cut out there. Who made the yellow flag? He's just gone, so he's out there for temporarily. Margaret then in the DRS, under pressure from his fellow VR driver. Aquaplaner has got no ERS whatsoever in his disposal, so that's gone completely. Maybe he should save ERS and wait for the main straight. He should have done that a few laps ago because that's what's costing him, as Mento picks up a 3 second time penalty. But look at Yadiek. Yadiek is in the 1 second range of DRS. Oh! Bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 3 for Aquaplaning. And here comes Raikkonen. No, he's a bit too far back. I thought he'd make a move down there. These are the minor points positions for 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. This is going to be very interesting. Look at Yadiek. He should gain the sector 2 and 3 being on the soft compound tyres. There he is then. This is going to be a thriller towards the end. Can Yadiek mount a challenge on Nuss? Somebody said the soft tyres will die towards the end of this race. Looks like he's going well so far. But this is the last lap now. He's too far back sadly for him, and he's drained his ERS, so he's got none left in his tank to mount a challenge, and I dare say that is over. Unless Vapor makes a mistake, which I don't think he will, because he's made some good progress in this race. And yeah, I think he's safe. As long as he gets those penalties or make a mistake, Vapor should win this race. So I think he just take it nice and easy, because I don't think Yadiek will overtake him unless he makes a mistake, like I said. So just take it easy, just bring it home, and you should win this race. No 3 second time penalty. I look at Aqua go down the inside. No, he does. He tries to make a move again, but I believe he's got a 3 second time penalty for that manoeuvre he tried to do in turn 2. Looks like it's done for now on. Looks like there'll be no overtakes, but yeah, here he is, our race leader. He's going to win the 2nd race in a row. Vapor is on fire this week and last week, because we saw Galetto win the last 2 races, but something happened to Galetto, which I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Vapor is carrying the team again, and he comes around the 2 final corners, and he will win the Mexico Grand Prix. So congratulations to Vapor, as Yaniek will finish in 2nd place, Super Guy in P3. Cliffy will drop down the order because he's got more than a 3 second time penalty. No, he won't. He stays in P4. I thought he had more than a 3 second time penalty. As Marty falls in P6, Kelvin will finish his P7. Raikkonen P8. Aquaplaning. It's Aquaplaning, and he almost spun. And he finishes at P10. No, he doesn't. Mats takes P10. Here comes Tom. Oh dear, I feel so sorry for Tom. And he will finish down in P13 ahead of Vapor Soul. Come back stronger next time, Tom. You had the pace, but sadly, we all make mistakes sometimes. Easy to make mistakes while under pressure. Even the best of us make mistakes, so you don't have to worry about it. I know it can be frustrating quite a lot, but these things do happen. It's racing. Everything happens. You win, you lose, you make mistakes. Just got to keep your head up and keep pushing. You just got to not dwell on those mistakes and just focus for the next races. Get that last race out of your head and have a positive mindset while entering a race. You'll be frustrated for the time being, knowing you could have finished on the podium, but you'll get over it. So Vapor Gnut then in P1 ahead of Yaniek. Super Guy in P3 ahead of Cliffy. Cliffy's done an amazing job. Look at that. I didn't even mention Vapor Hyperlane. He started P19 and finished P5. What an amazing drive from the Vapor driver. Martin in P6 ahead of Margaret. Kelvin in P8 ahead of Raikkonen. Mats takes points on his debut for Ecos. Aquaplaning in 11th place ahead of Ecos Joel. TRT Tom in 13th ahead of Vpos Soul. Ecos Herald in P15 ahead of Jesse. Don Ammo in P17 ahead of Mentos. Vapor Mark in 19th ahead of Galetto, who we didn't see for some reason. As there we are. 5 Gum Simulator your sends. Message me on Discord, mate. I'll send you my Discord. Or message me on Twitter. I'll send you my Twitter. I want to have a little chat, if you don't mind. That's just me who commented, and thank you everybody for watching this race. I know some people will be frustrated with the results, but Vapor will be very happy with two drivers. Well, yeah, two drivers winning in different weeks. First it was Galetto in the first week, now it's Vapor Nuth in the second week. Vapor dominating these events, 4 wins in a row. Can they continue their form in the next coming weeks? Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next week at 7 PM. Tune in and hopefully have more good races. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now.